guys, welcome in to the San Paulo Grand Prix Tier 3, Round 5, if I'm not mistaken. So get to the track video, see what we're working with here. We got 4.3 kilometers, 2.6 miles, 15 turns, but 3 of them do not count in my mind. The last, turn 12 is considered the last corner. And as always, I have my buddy here, Nicky G, here on Co-Cons. How you doing today, Nicky?
Hello, everyone. Hello. Just recovering. I know no one saw the Tier 5 race, but, it was a fun time.
Yeah. I committed mass homicide, but guilty as charged. All right, so this week, Dan told me he guarantees a win this week.
Wow, okay. All right.
So word of mouth is Dan wins. I think I'm going to take Anthony Jenkins is going to be up there as usual, and Punju's due. Punju's gotten unlucky a couple times this season, but he's pretty due. And then Com's on back-to-back wins. So
it's an interesting track for sure.
Yeah,
it's definitely track.
You can go both ways. You can go low downforce, high downforce. You can be really quick through sector 2 or quick through 1 and 3. It's basically your two choices.
I think too, given the nature of the track, it's not the easiest to overtake on. So I feel like if you can get high up there in quality, you can, if you try and defend and keep the pace, you can have a good shot of getting up there.
Yeah, because you'll see people try, try moves in sector 2, but it's not a smart.
Yeah, you're move. Just asking for a crash.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, we're in the lobby. No one's coming out yet. It looks really cloudy.
There's somebody. Com's coming out?
It looks...
Is that Com out or someone else?
That's way down the pit lane. I think that's AlphaTauri. I'm gonna jump.
ERS Ardell.
ERS Ardell. Must be a reserve. Or somebody changed their name.
Oh, welcome on in.
Dylan, what's going on? He says hi, Toby and Nikki.
Hello.
So with everyone taking this long to get out of the pit lane, there might be rain in the race.
One person doing my favorite method and going out in the mediums first.
MB Jacobson seems like he does that every round. Normally, I do my first run on a sticker set, then I do my second run on the same set, and then I just do a third run on new, and then I always leave a set for the race.
Fair. Yeah. I've never been in a case where I wish I had mediums in the race. I usually like a soft. Although, I don't know. It's like, for me too, doing the mediums just gets me warmed up to do a good lap on the softs. I feel like all the times I've just gone straight out on softs, I'll slip out. It's just, I'm not ready for that 0 to 100 pace yet. So at least mediums get me warmed up.
That's smart. So Ardell's looks like he's gonna come up on traffic for sure. 17-0 through the first sector.
That's some yellow sectors in 2 and 3, but I think it's just people going slow.
A little wide out of the hairpin. Williams gets out of the way, coming out turn 12. It looks like it's about to rain, but the Tier 5 race also started looking like this, too, at the beginning.
Rain removed... rain always makes it interesting, but rain here especially is pretty tricky.
Alfa Romero, MB Jacobson. Jenkins.
Starting up with a 108.560. That's already nearing the top time in Tier 5. I know we jumped 2 tiers, so it makes sense, but...
Yeah. Chili Willy
Pretty
disqualified
impressive
from
off
the
the gate.
session for going the wrong way. So he will be starting in P20.
Going in the right direction is hard sometimes.
Maybe Jacobson on his mediums with a 9.6.
Wow, very solid, very solid. Got some 108s up there already. 108.5 for Dan and Anthony Jenkins. Probably expecting those times to go down even further. You think we're going to see some 107s today, Toby?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I think we'll see at least 1 or 2. Some 8.0s as well.
Posse coming up to the line. There's an 8.8, good enough for P4. Calm, our back-to-back winner. Never had a win in 4 seasons and has strung 2 back-to-back.
Have you won an MRL before, Toby?
Yes, a long time ago.
Oh, really? I've yet to claim my maiden, my first win.
It was season...
It'll come.
I believe it was season 5 for me. I had a couple.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, me and Irons were fighting it out for the Tier 3 championship that season.
Oh, wow.
But Calm's gonna get a little toe right here. There's someone right in front of him.
Another 108.8 from Punju. First lap out. Calm's going to come across the line with a 109.2. And folks are trying to get all their times in. Anthony Jenkins still up there with a 108.5.
I'm on board with Irons.
Look at
Irons is pretty
traffic
due too.
What's up?
Irons is pretty due too. He's due to be up there.
Yeah. Let's see what he's coming out. Oh, he's on his own. Just about finishing Sector 2, I believe. .52.0 in Sector 2.
Yeah, I know Giants fan has been needing his Williams guys to step up here lately.
We had a good one from MRK in Tier 5, and then in Tier 4, I think both the Williams took themselves out, so we're hoping for some redemption here as well. 108.9 for Iron. Still got a few people who haven't gone yet.
Mod went on another one. But he
DK
didn't
was
improve.
out, it looks like.
I don't know. Did he have a... He might have had a quality ban. I don't know. I'm going to jump on with Sean Tilla. Sean's one of those guys, he's really fast. He's got great pace, but he does make mistakes. And when he does, they're usually pretty big ones.
As we did see in the Tier 4 race. Him and Jordan getting into it, lap 2.
Yeah, I didn't see the in the Tier 4.
Yeah, so I don't know the specifics, but they basically just both took themselves out coming, I'm not sure what part. It was kind of coming out of that first little mini sector after turn 1.
Right.
And they just, both took each other out. So, unlucky there. So, Chantel's going to want to forget that and see what he can contribute and bring into Tier 3.
Well, it said he had a purple sector too, but I don't ever believe the game when it gives me that. He's going to cross the line. He's going to be a little bit off the pace. Yeah.
1-1.
He's right there with his teammate. He's in P11.
Time to beat is still 108.5. Mod improved to a 108.6. Shrimpy's 108.6 as well. We're a little tight up here.
So I think Syntex is the next one to set an actual flying lap. Oh no. He's on an
I think
in lap.
MB Jacobson is on one.
Hop on with MB Jacobson. This will be his first relative time since he did his first one on the mediums.
Nice and warmed up. This might go to the top of the timesheet, judging off the medium time.
Yeah, because there's a big differential in between the compounds of tires. Huge.
Yeah. Let's see. So the final part now is the easy bit. Just keep it straight. The rails open. Gonna come across the.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a decent one.
Yeah,
Feel it.
9. Might have lost a little bit of time in some sections, but that'll get him up there in the middle for now. He'll definitely want to go back out and set another lap.
Irons went for another one. And improved by 0.3. Puts him at a P2, 108.5. He's about
Okay.
a about 100th off of Anthony Jenkins.
We got the top 5 within a 10th of each other, essentially.
Punju's on a lap. At the Sector 1, Sector 2 split, he was about 1/10.5 up on his time. And Kapasi was on provisional.
Capacity. Is it Kapasi or Kapasi? I keep saying
I have no idea.
Kapasi.
I just say Kapasi. I have no idea the proper way to say it.
So we'll split the difference and see what happens.
Oh, I was about to say that Williams needs to get out of Punju's way. He's almost 2.5 tenths up. So that'd put him up in about P4 to P6.
It's open. Line cross. 108.
Oh, P2. Good lord. Technic Speedy. He must have got a toe. I think he got a toe off Punju. Coming on that straight. 108.3. That's a banger of a lap.
Very, very nice. 6 minutes left. Lots of laps left to set.
Dana Mack is on one. He's about even with his time at the Sector 1, Sector 2 split. Let's see what he's at the end of Sector 2. Nope, jumps in the pits. Anthony Jenkins, nope, he's backing out of it too, going in the pits. Syntex, in the Sector 1, Sector 2 split, he's a half a second up on his time. Or not. It lied to me.
I zoomed with my camera a little too deep. I think we're good now, though.
Oh, yeah, it looks fine.
It was like, my face was like the screen for a second, but we're good now. Shumby's on his out lap.
Syntex is up by almost a 10. Oh, he got loose out of 12. Yeah, he's gonna have to jump in the pits. He just ruined that gain that he had.
So we got some folks in the pits. Shumpy's down 3/10 in Sector 1. He is absolutely flying.
And the car seems
Gotta
pretty
keep it
stuck.
together.
Car seems pretty stuck to the road.
Very nice through those Senate S's.
0.6.
Wow.
That's going to put him on provisional pole for sure. Might dip down into the 7s.
Nothing left. Just over that DRS. Cross the line.
Oh, 180.
What a lap from Shrimpies. And that is a Haas 1-2 provisionally. Wow, what a lap from Shrimpies. He's going to love that. That's the time to beat, guys. 1:08.
Gary just set his first lap within 9.2. Sacco is yet to set a lap. He's about to cross. Oh no, he invalidated. He's going again.
Sacco's going again. I did see what he did sector red.
He's a little tentative on the throttle in a lot of places. Oh, got a little snap of oversteer.
Irons is on an outlap. Mod is down a 10 coming out of sector 3.
Come on board with him right quick. We'll go back to Sacco.
Should be moving up a few places here if he gets it right. 108.4. Yep, that'll bring up to P3.
These Alpines, I'm telling you, they're fast. Sacco set a 109.2.
Till's on a lap, but he's up for a 10th.
I think he's on an in lap. He's at an ERS. Simtex.
Pop-outs is on a lap as well, although he's down on his time. Never mind, he's down 2/10 coming out of sector 2. He just had a not so great sector 1, so this should be a pretty. Well, actually, I don't know. It should get him up a few places regardless. Cross the line. 108.9. Yeah, we're going up to P13. Small improvement there for pop-outs. Or pop-oots. Is Mod out again? Well, it looks like it.
Yeah, all these laps should be everyone's last. Simtex is up by about 1/10.5 coming out of the last corner. Sean Tiller retired in the pits.
Unfortunate. Hundy's on the outlap. Oop, someone spun out there. I'm not sure who that was.
Simtex up to P3 with a 108.4. Good lap.
Lots of laps coming out. I can't even keep track. I think that was KDM spinning out. Speedy's on another is on an outlap. And Semtex is just chilling after that solid lap. Oh, Mod spun out. Ooh, yeah. So that'll be his quality right there. Obviously he's on a... Is he on a flying lap? I can't tell. I think so. Yeah, he's down 2/10. Ooh, a little bit off the track there. Not sure if that's invalid or not.
Who did you say?
Capacity. Capacity.
The two Alphas are in front of him. ERS about to cross the line. 108.3 puts him in the P2.
108.3. Capacity's down a 10. Can you find any more coming out of that last little part there? ERS. We'll cross the line with a 108.302. So that'll bump him up to third. Right behind Anthony Jenkins with a 108.2. And that is it for official quality time. I think Speedy's still down.
Speedy, yeah.
See what we can do here. 108.368.
Didn't improve.
So,
Punju's invalid.
Yeah,
Irons is invalid.
Gary's
Gary's
coming out.
he was up by almost a half a second. Yeah.
108.9. Okay.
Improved his time, but didn't really improve his position much. So that's gonna do it.
That is it for quali. Our dog looks like he's just coming back into the pits. Alright, so
You wanna go ahead and run run us down? Run us down the order?
Sorry?
You wanna run us down the order?
Official quali order, official race order after quali is Shrimpies in P1 in the Haas. We have Anthony Jenkins in Alpine in second, Capacci in the Alfa Romeo in third. Alpha Tauri has EOS Ardell in fourth. Fifth is Haas with Technic Speedy. Sixth is Semtex for Ferrari. Seventh Mod for Alpine. Eighth Punju in the McLaren. Ninth Irons in the Williams. Big Mac Dan in 10th for Alpha Tauri. Tom in 11th in Mercedes, and then Alpha Tauri, MD Jacobson in 12th. 13th Gary in the Aston Martin. McLaren has pop-outs in 14th. 15th KDM for Mercedes, Sean Terra 16th for the Williams. Both the Red Bulls 17th and 18th with Sacco and Scruffy. AK 19th in the Aston Martin, and someone in the Ferrari.
Chili Willy.
Chili Willy.
Yeah, he got disqualified for going the wrong way.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to pull up the driver standings right here. So Calm, after winning the past 2 weeks in P1 with 68 points. Then you have Twan, AK, Mod, KDM, Irons, Echo Alex, Punju, Big Mac Dan, Capacci, MB Jacobson, Process, Chili Willy, Simtex, Scruffy Gary 5000 are the rest of the full-time drivers. Then you have Zach, Kiss My Axe, and Pilot Pants. Pilot Pants. I've never even heard of that guy. So pretty much Mercedes, Alpine, and Williams have been killing it as far as a team. So speaking of teams, we'll pull up the constructors. So you see Mercedes up front by 6 points over Alpine at 99 and 93. Williams a little ways back at 54. Aston Martin at 49. Alfa Romeo at 33. AlphaTauri at 25. McLaren at 20. Red Bull at 19. Ferrari at 15. And Haas is the only team that has still yet to score a point. But both of their guys look pretty speedy today. So they were looking like they had some pretty good pace out there. I forgot where they finished. I know Shrimpies was pole, right?
Sorry? Yeah, Shrimpies on pole.
Yep. Shrimpies was on pole. And the Technic Speedy was, I think he was still in the top 10. So, I mean, Haas has a pretty good chance of scoring their first points of the season if they can keep it clean. Technic Speedy's, again, one of those guys that he is really fast, but has racecraft issues.
Oh, looks like Ardell was in chat. I'm glad you like the league, man. It's a fun one.
Ardell first place here. Oh yeah, this is, I've been in multiple Formula One leagues, and this is hands down the best one I've ever been a part of. Alright, so we have 5 lights. And they're out.
Alright.
Oh, the Alpine got away good.
Ooh, get into turn 1. Not quite. Shrimpies will protect that lead coming out of the first little section there. A little bit of a scruff back there. Calm is down to 17th. Down to 18th now, actually.
Well, the Haas is going side by side. That's the last thing they need is for the teammates to take each other out. Mod's falling off too.
Starts always a little tricky here.
It is at the start of our race, I backed off. I mean, I was starting like 13th, and by the turn 1, I think I was like down to 17th or 18th, something.
I was so worried about the start, and then I ended up having a bad start, and then like 2 people passed me. So I was like, you know what, like I'll just wait for them to make a mistake or something, and I wasn't gonna try and take myself out.
So everybody looks like they're going to make it through the first lap. And no big
Nice,
gaps
really?
besides KDM way off the back. He might have damage because he's 3 seconds off the back already. Look at some tire choices. Pretty good mix between hards and mediums. Nobody chose a sauce, which I think is a smart play.
The mediums are pretty good around here. The hards are. I personally did not enjoy my hard stint.
They're just slow. I mean, that has to be expected.
Like, compared to a medium, like the medium runners were running circles around me in the hards.
Yeah, so Irons, Calm are down 7 and 6 places. AK's up 6. Papout's up 4. KDM's down 5. So Mercedes had a terrible start to the race.
Looks like I just made up a place over Sacco.
Yeah, him and Sako are going back and forth. Let's check on this. All through Sector 2. It's really early, guys.
Trimble was going to hammer down a little bit on that ERS just to try and build that gap to
Oh.
Anthony Jenkins. But Anthony, what happened?
Calm as Ghost. He just went inside of Sako like Taco's car and back out. Oh!
Interesting.
Calm just got into the back of Sako on the straight. They're both alive.
Looks like they're both still running.
Yeah, Calm might have front wing damage though. They're
Irons
tired.
made it up to 14. It looks like Chantel let him through. Good teamwork there.
Oh,
Anthony Jenkins
like
is really
up front,
on the
yeah.
back of Shrimpies there.
but just being smart. Sector 2 is not the spot to try to get these moves done. And if someone makes mistakes and get, you have a lot of overspeed, then go for it, but trying to late break somebody into these S's is not a good idea.
Yeah, aside from like the obvious DRS zones, these other turns, it's not worth making the move unless you're racing against AI.
The RS Ardell has a run here on Kapasi.
Looks like we made the pass.
I've got it done before the corner.
Mod with the fastest lap, 1:11.080. Shrimpies is starting to, he gets away a little bit, and then Anthony Jenkins comes back.
Yeah, he's got
in on the
DRS.
straight.
He's gonna
try and get in front, and he does. He does. He makes it in front of Shrimpies for the lead. We have a new leader.
That was smart by Anthony Jenkins. Just waited on the DRS. He knew if he stayed close enough, it was going to happen anyway.
Now he just needs to build up a lead.
Punju going down the inside of Simtex. Now on the outside for the
hair.
hairpin. And he's on the hard tires compared to Simtex on the mediums.
We got 2 people off. We have Iron is off, and Gary is kind of stuck spinning on the grass here.
Oh,
Not
is
sure what
he?
happened with that, but Irons is back on the track, but down to 19th. He's not going to be happy with that one. Chantil is still in 13th. And Anthony Jenkins is really bringing up that gap now. Over 1 second. Should be getting out of DRS range. And the fastest lap, smashing it with a 1:10.522.
Oh, Punju got overtaken by Simtex. Mod and Technic Speedy going side by side in turn 1 and then into turn 2. Mod let him have it, gonna try to get him back. Simtex or Punju also going side by side with Simtex in the back straight. Too much is happening. Can't keep up. And Kapasi got back around Ardell.
Shrimpy was starting to attack again on Anthony Jenkins.
MRK, what's going on, man? GG's on the win.
Yeah, nice one, man. someone's got to carry Williams in 2-5.
Shrimpy's gonna have DRS on Anthony Jenkins. I don't think he's close enough though. Definitely not.
Anthony Jenkins a lot slower on that lap, 1:11.7. So you might be starting to feel some wear on that tire, and Tribbles is taking full advantage of that. Get that DRS. Is he gonna press down on the ERS?
Oh,
Not
I had a
quite,
terrible
but
camera angle through there. Ardell gets back around Capacity. Mod gets around Syntax.
we got a lot of individual battles going on.
Yeah, you can see it kind of on the timing screen how you got the front two, third and fourth, fifth, all the way down to about 11th, or no, fifth down to 9th. Then Pat Bouts and B. Jacobson are kind of by themselves. These camera
Anthony
angles.
Jacobs starting to build up that gap again. Ardell also building that gap from. Oh no, sorry. Shrimpies has a good gap on ERS. Ardell. Anthony Jenkins is still not far away enough as he would want to be from Shrimpies, and he's starting to get back closer again. It's just a constant battle on the straights. It looks like Shrimpy has a lot of straight line speed, and that's where he seems to be catching up to Anthony Jenkins. Is he gonna get it done here?
Oh, he peaked.
Not quite. They're just toying with each other for now. Nothing definitive yet.
Yeah, Shrimpy says about 30% more ERS than Twan does, than Anthony Jenkins does, sorry.
Ardell still has Capacity on his tail, and Ardell is out of ERS. Capacity still has a good amount if he wants to make the move on the
Oh,
straight. He's
wow.
getting real close.
Kayla just came into the chat and said damage is off, by the way. I don't know if that's a restart or what.
Oh, well.
You want to at Pogs and ask him or somebody? Because you can't, I mean, Mod is racing, Punji's racing. I go inside the gen chat or DM Pogs.
We are on lap 8.
Yeah. But no damage is big, though. That's kind of messed up.
If they don't hit each other, then it's almost like it never happened. Oh, Shrimples makes the move on Anthony Jenkins. Now he is leading.
MRK, you want to see the tires? There's the tires, MRK. Everybody's on the hards and mediums. So Ardell's looking really good. If he's keeping this pace with the front runners on hards, when he puts on those mediums, he's going to be very fast.
Both the Williams down there. Looks like Iron's having a tough time building up that gap again from where he started. Mod's getting pretty close to Punju, who's getting pretty close to Capacity as well.
I just messaged Pogs. See if he answers.
Punju might want to make the move here. Is he going to make it work? Answer is yes. Very clinical move from Punju there. Coming out of that first sector and a half. Now Mod's going to want a piece of Capacity as well, but he'll get it done a little later on. Yeah, still building that gap from Punju. And Shrimpy's lost the lead to Anthony Jenkins, but still chasing him vigilantly.
Okay,
Diligently. That's what I meant to say. Diligently.
Lakota, I just messaged Pogs. I can't ask Mod or Punju because they're in this race, so
As of right now, no one's done any serious damage, so I feel like we're okay. But
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying. Mods racing, Punju's racing. I mean,
I don't know.
I wouldn't bother them. But the no damage thing is gonna keep safety cars from coming out. I don't know. It's just, I don't think it would be a really a fair race. Because Colin probably would have got damage on that incident on the main straight with Sacco. I know there was incidents at the very beginning that we missed because a lot of people fell way down the order. I don't know.
Should be still on Anthony Jenkins' tail, and Ardell is actually catching up quite a bit now. Really, really catching up.
The hards will probably be becoming the better tire than the mediums.
Yeah, the hards really starting to come out here. I unfortunately never got to see how good the hard was.
Oh, Shrimpy's just got turned. I missed it. I wasn't looking.
Turn crash right there.
Yeah, no damage. Ghosting's on. Like,
yeah, that would have been an airplane crash right there.
yeah.
Man, well, Ardell definitely had a little bit of contact with Shrimpy's there, and then Shrimpy's is now down in 8th place. I'm sure the stewards might have a little look at that one. But Ardell is still in the charge.
Yeah, I think these hards are just becoming the better tire.
Yeah, they're really starting to develop here. Probably up into 3rd, Mod 4th. Everyone's pretty close to each other. At least top 5-ish.
I agree, Lakota. I didn't know until lap 8.
But now it's a little far in where it's like if we restart it, it's also like a little unfair, and then if we keep it going, then it's also unfair for other reasons, so... Ardell's getting real close. Not close enough to make the move, but maybe now on this next straight.
Oh, Ardell just got 3 seconds.
Yeah,
some of these gaps are about to get really big with no safety cars.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Dakota. I don't know if people are going to consider, you know, if this hit would have been a crash and then do that accordingly, but yeah, I don't know. But then how can you determine? I don't know. It's still hard to
Agreed,
determine.
Kayla.
Like if someone... Yeah.
Normally, when I go into the Tier 5 race, I check the settings as soon as I get in there. Ronnie Capasi going at it. Capasi just got a 3-second time penalty, cut in the corner. Turn 2. And Mod is blinking. Ardell just got into the side of Anthony Jenkins, and Anthony Jenkins is spun.
Yikes.
He's ghosted, so you can just pull back out on the track and nothing's going to happen. And is that rain? It is starting to rain.
Wow. Ardell a bit optimistic on Anthony Jenkins and Shrimpies, so I'm sure the stewards will have a couple of things to look at. If I'm Ardell, though, I definitely would try and go onto some inters. Try and be one of the first ones to change. Because it definitely is raining. It's raining quite a bit, and he's not gonna pit yet. Neither is Punju, neither is Mod.
I normally wait until they turn the DRS off.
I tried to get in early. I know it's risky because of the tire drag, but
they'll overheat really bad without it being wet enough. I mean, you're gonna have people for sure jumping in here.
Quite a few people coming in now. And we got some rain.
I agree also, Andy. So Capasi jumped in, Shrimpies jumped in, Sakalai Taco jumped in, Syntex jumped in and somehow put on softs. So he's going to end up having to pit again. That is Ferrari Strats at their finest.
Oh, yeah.
He's cussing right now.
I wonder if we're going to see the rest of the field now pit to inters. Yep. No. Ardell is still going to keep going. I wonder if he's just waiting to see what other people do.
Oh, Punju spun.
Yeah, I think people got to start pitting. Not sure why they're waiting so long.
Unless they feel like they still have the traction to stay out, but...
Yeah, I mean, Ardell's building a gap. 5 seconds penalty to AK for speeding in the pit lane.
So Pog said that we're going to keep running with it, so...
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're almost halfway through.
Gary
5,000. Yeah. For Gary.
Gary's he's gonna retire in the pits. He's getting lapped. He doesn't have a chance of a safety car to make it back up. So, he was in the chat a few minutes ago.
Also out. And Ardell is still not gonna pit. Little guy. And neither is Mod. I don't know if this rain is just temporary or... I mean, everyone's got a couple of people.
Dan and Matt just got a 5 second for speeding.
It's tricky with the rain to get the car to stop.
Yeah, Capasi's making up major time on Scruffy right now, if you look.
Scruffy, yeah, it is. Scruffy is also coming to the pits.
And got 5 seconds for speeding.
Lots of penalties. Yep. We got just about the rest of the field coming into pit. Will Ardell do the same, as well as Mod and Speedy and Jenkins? We'll see.
Capasi's going to easily be in the lead. This is a huge undercut. He was one of the first ones to pit on the inters, and he might be in the lead by the time the front runners. If not the lead, he'll be very close.
Alright.
Ardell's in.
We've got to be careful there. Alright, no penalty for speeding, but he still has the penalty for exceeding track limits. And the top three will be all pitting.
Ma just got
Mod
5 for
5-second
speeding.
penalty, unfortunate.
Penalties are piling up.
Anthony Jenkins is still going on the mediums. That
Really?
is that is crazy.
Dana Mack just got around Kapasi.
I think we're past the point where that's cool, and now it's just outright crazy. Shrimpies has a 3-second 3-second time penalty for track limits.
It's so. You have Scruffy on your friends list?
What is it?
Do you have Scruffy on your friends list?
I do not.
No. So Anthony Jenkins, is this stop? Oh, I thought the rain was stopping.
Now
So he's jumping in the pits
inters.
now. Oh, he spun!
Whoa.
It reset him.
Yikes. That'll set him down quite a bit coming out of the pits.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, he's getting booted down. Yep, yeah, he's going way down.
Yeah, if he wouldn't have
All the way
spun, he
down
would
to
have.
8 now.
That would have been a 5-second penalty. There's no way he was slowing it down enough to make the line.
Yeah. Now he's in 9th. Will Sean Taylor be able to make the pass on him as well? Probably not. I think 9th is where he'll stay. But yeah.
No, you have to. Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked at the settings, so the way the settings look, the pit assist might be on. I don't know.
I think it does that anyway, no matter what. If you like spin out in front of a pit lane, like going into actual pits.
So this ERS Ardell is a new tier 3 guy. He might be, a couple more races, he might be looking at moving up to tier 2 for a reserve.
Yeah.
He's kind of been in a league of his own. I mean, he was on the harder compound tire the first stint, and at some points faster than the medium runners.
Other incidents, though, which might just remediate itself with some more race practice, but yeah, I completely agree.
Lakota said, man, what a wild race. Still amazing commentary, though. Well, appreciate it, man. I think the race commentary would have been better if the settings were correct, because there would have been, by now there would have been a couple safety cars for sure. But the gaps are starting to get big, and with it raining, I have a feeling they're just going to get bigger. But right now we got a pretty good race for second place right here. You got Dan of Mac and Ma both with 5 seconds, though.
I do wonder if the rain will continue for the rest of the race. We do have 16 laps left.
Yeah, it's always interesting when it goes dry, wet, then back to dry. I always enjoy those races.
We might have to see another pit stop for another set of inters, right? Or will these inters go all the way?
I have no wet practice on this track at all. Mod was all in the gearbox of Dan. The technical speed, he went way wide. Looks like he about lost it. He's going to fall way back. He lost a second. Mod going for it. Going to shoot down the inside. No, thinks better. Backs out.
It's Alpha Tower 1-2 right now.
Who's that stopped on the track? Irons? Yes.
Irons. Tough day for Irons.
He's going into the pits. I think Irons is about to call it.
He's had enough.
And he did. Meanwhile,
GG's
Mod
Iron.
is in a wall. I don't know what happened there. He's coming back out on track. Going to be in 7th place.
Would have been like a third safety car.
That definitely would have been a safety car because he was face first in the wall for sure. He'd probably be DNF'd right now. But back on track. Oh, his tires are done. There's smoke. They're on fire. Like he just spun again.
Tough for Mod here. He's still in the top 10, but very unfortunate. They'll get back going though.
Oh, Irons' car's coming back out on track.
No, that's not good.
It's gonna be right in front of Punju on the racing line. Gotta love it. Right before turn 4.
Oh, yeah, he's going off the track now.
So we have a couple little battles. Dynamac just fell a second back off of Technic Speedy. Technic Speedy's... He still has a chance to win. He just has to catch Ardell. He has to catch 5 seconds on him. But he's got plenty of time to do so. Kapasi was on the back of Punju, but has fallen off. We got Anthony Jenkins on the back of AK. AK's got 8 seconds in penalties, so there'd be no real reason for him to fight Anthony Jenkins too hard. But you never know. Some people, even with a bunch of penalties, still like to fight the position. One thing I do like about the wet is you regain ERS so fast.
Oh yeah.
Like you can use it constantly. This camera angle is terrible. Anthony Jenkins. Around AK.
Continuing to build his lead.
Yeah. I don't think anyone has the pace to keep up with him, to be honest. I don't know who that was that came in the chat earlier. UFR Grand. At the very beginning of the race. Says it was his first race here. So he's going to come in on his first race as a reserve. And give everybody the business.
UFR Grand is Ardell.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's what his message said. He said, "Hi, I'm Ardell."
Oh, I'm Ardell. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a good way to make your
debut.
Your entrance, yeah. Blowing everybody out by 8.5 seconds right now.
Very Max Verstappen of you.
So everybody's gapped out until you go back to P11. P11 through P14, they are all bunched up. You got the 2 Rebels, Asako and Scruffy, MV Jacobson, and Shantilla. And with all these names, this could get scrappy, like really scrappy. Pap outs, 3-second time penalty. Pap outs, retired in the pits.
Looks like he's had enough as well.
Sako and Shantilla side by side. Oh. Sean banks out of it.
Now that we have this multi-streaming stuff going on, we could probably stream on Twitch and YouTube, right?
What do you mean?
Like they're letting you to like stream across multiple platforms now. So like technically this race could be streamed on all platforms right now, as opposed to just YouTube.
I didn't know that. Mod 5 seconds to get in the pit lane, so he's going to be up to 10 seconds.
Ardell's building up that gap, almost 10 seconds now.
Oh, Punju's caught Dan. That was a way bigger gap not so long ago. Dan, again, 5 seconds of penalties. I don't see him fighting this too hard. Dan's
got another penalty.
a pretty smart guy. These camera angles at some of these tight tracks are terrible. Punju got a little squirrely coming out of 12.
Got just about 10 laps left. 10 laps left of racing.
Anthony Jenkins just got around Kapasi.
Ardell building a crazy gap from Technic Speed.
Yeah, it's just steadily going up. Punchy's got the overspeed on Dan, but just can't find a way to get through. He got squirrely coming out of 12 last time, so he couldn't get it done on the main straight. You can tell in the corners and stuff like that, Punju's faster, but he just gets a bad exit out of the important corners before the long straights where he could actually get the move done. See right there, he just got squirrely coming
out
of 13.
Maybe.
He's gonna go for it. No, checks back in behind him. Oh, gonna go side by side through turn 2. So give him the inside on 3.
Oh, they make it past.
It's gonna be a drag race. Oh, now we got passed. Is Dan gonna come back at him into 4?
Don't think so. Yep.
He's trying it.
Man. Punju will make that work, though.
Good. That was good clean racing through there.
That was tight. That was real tight.
And all that fighting has let Anthony Jenkins catch up to the back of him. So Anthony's going to be looking to try to clear Dan quick with Dan having that 5 seconds and try to get on Punju. He's still got 8 laps to do it, so. Sorry, everybody watching. It's kind of a dud. But Anthony Jenkins has put a second into the back of Dan and Mac already. In about half a lap.
He's on a charge.
There's some guys you just put on these intermediates or the wet tires in the raining conditions, and they thrive on it.
I am not one of those.
I usually do pretty well. That was my only podium last season, was at Vegas when it rained the whole race.
Speaking of Vegas, we got the Vegas race coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah, week after next, our very own Yellow Snowman's actually going to be there.
Wow, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't lose too much money.
And Anthony Jenkins makes a move on Dan and Mac. Gets that one done, and he's got 1.3 to the back of Punji. Oh, Dan and Mac's fighting it back, though. Gary, Very much so. Gary in chat says, I bet it's hard commentating on a race with no damage. It's harder than it looks. It's just everybody gaps out so far. You get a couple of meetings here and there, and other than that,
Ardell's still building that gap. Anthony Jenkins is now looking to catch up to Punju.
Kapasi another 3 seconds.
Another 3-second time penalty.
Oh, well, thank you, Gary. He said at least you look good doing it.
It's the least we can do.
Ark, what's going on? How's your day going? So Twan, or Anthony Jenkins, sorry. Definitely putting time into Punju. Punju might be saving up ERS for when Anthony Jenkins gets up on him.
Anthony Jenkins is really catching up to Punju now. He's on a crazy charge.
Yeah, a second ago he was at 8 tenths. He got on the throttle too early coming out of turn 2. Lit up the tires a little bit. Ark said, woke up sick today and my Fanatec that I got 2 weeks ago stopped upshifting, so it's been a rough weekend. But still excited. Really? So you just got it and it stopped working? That is terrible. I hate to see it, man. Mine's still working.
That's fair, Gary. Understandable.
Yeah, I would have too.
I think if this were Mexico for a 205, I probably would have just retired too, because if it weren't for any safety cars, I also would have been like in 17th.
Right. Mid-game too. Mine did something weird earlier. I was driving and I was coming up to turn 12, and right as I was coming out of it, the force feedback turned off.
I've had that happen a couple of times.
Within about 2 to 3 seconds to turn back on, but it scared the shit out of me. So Anthony Jenkins now has fallen off the back of Punju by about a second. So I think Punju might have just been saving some ERS. Let me look at the ERS.
Unless Anthony Jenkins' tires are falling off from all the pushing.
Yeah, Anthony Jenkins has 50% ERS and Punju has 30. So Punju is probably using it to build back up that gap.
About 5 laps left of racing of this thriller of the Tier 3 Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
Yeah, Ark, I feel you. I don't think I can go back to my Logitech. Well, I sold my Logitech, but I don't think I could go back to non-direct drive after using one. So nobody is within a second of a half of each other besides Anthony Jenkins and Punju.
Captaincy is just under second to AK, but he's got hella penalties.
Yeah, I don't even want to try to do the math on all that there in the midfield.
Yeah, I just want the game to do its thing once the race is done.
Right. Yeah, you can feel the belt in there grabbing the wheel. Yeah, it's. At least at the moment, it's Technic, Speedy, and Shrimpies will finally be scoring Haas their first points of the season.
Nice.
Alpine might overtake. No, they won't. It'll be close. Whether they overtake Mercedes for the lead of the Constructors' Championship. for the Tier 5 constructors, not the overall, but... Alright, so Anthony Jenkins back at a second.
We're gonna try to
Mod
get
retires
Mod,
in the
who's
pits.
now out.
I think Simtex is going to do the same.
They've all had enough of this race.
I mean... I don't blame him.
Scruffy's on full wets right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's making up time to MB Jacobson, too. It looks like it's raining a lot harder than it was.
Interesting.
I mean, but I don't think he doesn't have enough time to get up into the... Well, no. If he gets back up to the points, that'd be insane. Anthony Jenkins all over the back of Punji now. This is for the final spot on the podium. .4. They're both going to be lighting ERS up. It's just going to come down to setup now. Oh, Anthony Jenkins is going to get Punji right here. Going to go around the outside. Can we get a better camera angle, please? No? Okay.
Ooh, no. Punji closes that door shut.
I could hardly see from the trash camera's angles as it was giving me. This should be good racing because I know they both trust each other to race side by side. They're not going to be afraid of one wrecking the other. There's a Red Bull. Does Scruffy retire on track? Scruffy retired on track. He did. There's no reason why the Red Bull would be off the road, retired right there.
Yep.
Alright, let's see. Anthony Jenkins has another run at Punju here. He's got one more lap to do it. Lakota says Shrimpy punted Dan. Oh, he got DC, didn't retire him? I believe it, because Scruffy usually has a lot of internet problems. Alright, Anthony Jenkins isn't going to have much more of a chance than right here. Without a full send through the middle sector. He tucked back in behind Punju. Moment. So in his MRL debut as a reserve, Ardell, I think he's taking maximum points too, because I'm pretty sure he has the fastest lap. Gonna come in and just blow the competition away here in Tier 3 today. That's a great debut. Congratulations, Ardell. Technic Speedy is gonna come across the line 12 seconds later. And Punju looks like he's going to have Anthony Jenkins. Anthony Jenkins looks like he got a little squirrely there out of turn 12. It's going to be close. 2/10. Oh, that's not the last lap. I thought that was the last lap.
No,
Here I am looking like an idiot.
One more lap left to go.
My bad. Ardell's so far ahead that the lap thing switched.
Anthony Jenkins is
Anthony Jenkins died. They both go off the track. Anthony Jenkins is going to give it back. See? That's what I'm saying. Like, they both... And nobody got damaged. So it's all fair game. Yeah, sorry, Gary. I legit thought that was the last lap. I was watching this battle, and I looked up and it said 36 out of 36. It was just because Ardell was so far ahead. So Anthony Jenkins is going to have one more time coming out of 12.
We're going to cross the line, and we'll win 2-3 race.
10 Speedy, 11 seconds later. Let's see if Anthony Jenkins is going to get Punju here. No, he got squirrely right there.
Cross the line, finish. Turn on that ERS.
And Punju, yeah, Punju's going to take P3. Good drive to Punju. That's a good drive. Haas scores their first points, and it's going to be big points. They're going to have a P2 and a P5. So their first race where they're going to be putting points on the board. And then let's just see how all this penalty madness shakes up. KDM races Sacco hard, even though he's got 6 seconds penalties. Almost lost it. So the penalty madness, we have Strippy's P5, Dan P6, AK P7. Yeah, absolutely, man. Under the media tab, you will see an interview waiting room. Just go in there, and we'll drag you in here in a few minutes. We usually do P3 up to P1. So entertaining race, it could have been a lot more entertaining. So Anthony Jenkins actually ended up with the fastest lap. It wasn't Ardell. Anthony Jenkins had the fastest. He was the only driver in the 10s. All right, let's see if we can get these guys in here. One second. Alright, so I'm going to bring Punju in here.
Oh, hello!
Punju, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, dude? It's been a while since I've been in here.
Right? How'd your race go, man?
Oh,
What do you think about it?
That was awesome. Holy smokes. I had a huge mistake spinning myself out once it was at that crossover point, and I was a little worried, but when I saw that it was wet, I just know that my inters on dry setup pace is lights out. So I was like, all right, this is usually a pretty good scenario for me. If I didn't spin, I think I probably would have won it, but even with the spin to
So you were running a dry setup?
No, I was running my setup. I made that setup.
Okay. No, that's what I'm saying. Was it a dry one or was it a wet setup?
Oh yeah, it was dry. It was very dry setup. Probably lower downforce than a lot of people actually around here, and I really know this track super well.
Right.
So it worked out in the end.
Can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I mean,
was-
you had Twan there pushing you. He
Dude.
pushed you the whole way for about those last 5-6 laps.
I had my mouth or my throat in my stomach, dude. I was just freaking out. I was like, man, I just gotta push and somehow stay ahead without spinning it myself. There were a couple spots where I definitely got close, and it almost had some bigger moments while he was following me. But you know, I want to say seriously to Twan, that is the genuine definition of a gentleman on track. I don't know if you know.
Oh, when he let you back by? Yeah.
that
we
is
noticed.
the
Yeah,
stuff.
that was
That's
awesome.
the stuff
We
of
have
legends.
to see that, honestly.
Yeah.
We were saying
awesome.
right before that it was going to be good racing because I know both of you guys respect each other and know each other good enough that y'all will go wheel to wheel racing and not be afraid.
Always. Exactly. Yeah.
And then when
But you know, like-
when he moved to the side and let you by, I was like, yeah, that's what I meant. Like they're both genuine drivers.
Yeah, it's rare to find, you know, that kind of level of respect, obviously in the league racing world. But you know, if there's anybody that's going to do it, it's going to be him. And that was just awesome. I loved it.
For sure.
That was fun. How about you
All
guys?
right, well,
Did you guys have fun?
It could have been more. It was a little hard to commentate a race with no safety cars and no damage.
I know. Right?
But I mean, Gary 5000 said at least we looked good while we were doing it, so that's all that matters.
Hey.
But I mean,
that's all
there
that
was some
matters.
pretty good battles.
Heck yeah.
But it would have been a lot more. I think it would have been a lot more interesting if the safety cars would have came out when they were
We
supposed to.
probably would have had 2 or 3 safety cars, is what it looked like.
For sure.
From some of the collisions.
At least.
And stuff like that. Oh yeah. Also, I'm shook. Like because there's no damage, obviously nobody ended up having to go in for wing changes and stuff like that.
Right.
Which is probably why it didn't end up with as big of gaps as it probably could have. But I think that the crossover switch, it was so fun. Those are like my favorite kinds of races where they go dry to wet.
Yeah, we were hoping it was going to go back to dry also.
Imagine. I was at 60% wear on my inters by the time I finished that race.
Oh lord.
So I would not have liked that, but you know.
And Nikki G even said something about like if those inters, everyone's inters are actually going to make it because it was a pretty good distance on a
it's just
track with
about
high
the
tire
time.
deck.
Just about the time where it was questionable whether or not those tires would go through.
Barely made it. You know, we'll take Bailey any day, man. We'll take.
Oh yeah.
It was wicked. Well, thanks guys. I appreciate you jumping in or dropping me in
Nope.
here, and thanks for commentating as always.
Way to
I
go.
appreciate it, man. Good race,
Thanks,
GG's.
guys. Thank you. See you later's.
And now we'll bring in Technic Speedy for P2. Speedy, can you hear us, man?
Yeah, what's up?
What's going on? So, how did you enjoy your race? What did you think about it?
I thought it was interesting. I thought I was in trouble at the start. I ran a wet setup because it said it was gonna rain, but it didn't really have like a time frame for it. So I thought it was gonna
Right.
be rain for the whole race. It wasn't. So I had a bad start, went down to 9th, and then made it up at the end.
Did the no damage, no safety cars obviously helped you? Because I know Shrimpy's had some problems with contact and stuff like that, but
I don't think I
did
didn't.
you?
I think I had one small contact with
Right.
Semtex, but it was minor. I don't think I would have got wing damage from it. I don't think it really helped me. I mean, I think it might have helped me in the sense that it didn't cause a safety car, and I was on the hards, so I was just able to run them out rather than having to, rebunch the field and stuff. But in the sense
Gotcha.
of getting damage, I don't think I would have got damage.
Got you. I mean, you guys gave the new guy, I've already forgot his name, Ardell. I mean, y'all gave him a run for a minute, man, but he had pace over everybody. I mean, there's nothing anybody could really do about that. But you got points for Haas. You guys finally scored in the constructors this season. You guys we're the only team that haven't, and you guys double pointed, if I'm not mistaken. So congratulations to that, man.
All right, thank you. Looking to keep it up, podiums.
Yeah, we have what next week? Austria?
I have no idea.
Yeah, how do you feel about Austria?
I don't
Good
know.
track for you, or?
I don't know. I kind of hop on like a few hours before the race and do some practice. So
Gotcha.
Austria is a pretty simple track. Should be fun. Might be carnage though, because overtakes and stuff, but it would be a good one.
All right. Well, congratulations on your P2, man. Congratulations on the
Thank you.
points for the team.
Yeah. All right, see you later.
All right, and now we have ERS Ardell. Welcome in, man. Good race. Head and shoulders above the rest, to be honest. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep,
what's going
can
on,
hear you.
man? So, how do you feel your race went? Give us your side of it, of things, because from our side, it looks like you had no problems whatsoever with anything.
I mean, like early, like right at the beginning of the race, I was kind of nervous just because I wanted the hards, thinking that the rain would come later. But then I realized that it was coming in like 10 to 15 minutes. So I was just like, all right, let's just go with it and let's see what happens. Um, got past the Alfa Romeo to get into P3, and then kind of just waited until stuff went bad for the top two. The Haas spun coming out of turn 11, and then on my side at least, I gave the Alpine leg room, but I don't know how he saw it. And then from there, it was kind of just controlling the pace. Yeah, not that bad honestly.
Well, I mean, your pace on the hards were with everybody on the mediums up until about lap 11 or 12, I think it was, Nikki. And when the crossover point happened to where the hards became a better tire, you just kind of blew away from everybody. So, very good, very, very, very good debut. You got any questions for him, Nikki?
This you got a lot of the gap on the rain. Did you feel a lot more comfortable once you were out on the inters?
Honestly, just because I had a higher downforce setup, it did feel a bit better, but the first couple laps were a bit shaky, just trying to get them up to temperature. And then the last 3 or 4 laps, it was kind of driving on ice just because the rain really started coming down. So, yeah, not the best, but also not the worst.
It's a pretty good day overall, though. Not bad.
They're not bad to win by, what was it, 12?
Thanks.
I think 12 seconds. All right, so are you just reserving, or are you trying to find a full-time seat?
I just joined like 2 days ago, so for right now, I guess I'm reserving, but I'm hoping to get a full-time race seat.
Well, I think one of the
I don't
team
think they have a hard
principals, if
time.
they end up losing a driver, would have no qualms off that performance, giving you a seat if they lose one of their drivers. I don't think you'd have a problem with that.
I agree.
But all right, we're gonna call it there. Congratulations on your debut, man. 25 points to the AlphaTauri team. They'll be loving you for that. But I appreciate it and hope we see you in here again, man. Show some really good pace.
Thanks.
All right, Nikki. Well,
I think that Dell's
really
still in
good.
here.
What was that?
I think that Dell's still in here.
Oh, there you
Okay,
went.
man. Good stuff.
There's a pretty big delay in between us talking and him picking it up. I think he's on his phone. But
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, decent outcome. I know the no damage thing, decreased the general excitement of it, but I think still relatively interesting and exciting, and I'm sure there would be an even more exciting race next weekend.
oh yeah, if it's Austria, I'm pretty sure it's Austria. If it's Austria, it always brings the really fast guys are going to show that they are really fast because you go low downforce and you just go. It's 10 corners. You hard brake for what 3-4 of them, and the rest of it's just is foot to the floor. There will be
Exciting.
carnage into the tight corners from people doing crazy moves.
Turn one safety car. Turn
Oh,
one
every-
safety car.
Every time. It's almost as guaranteed as Monza.
I guess we'll just have to see.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you joining me again as always, and we'll see y'all next weekend.
See you later.